Brothers and sisters, welcome again to this platform dedicated for our personal formation and our faith. Today, we are going to talk about Virgin Mary as we are in the month of May, month of Mary, to get more teachings and knowledge about our Heavenly Mother, Mary. Last time, I talked about the revelation of Virgin Mary at Fatima, where she was inviting the children to pray, to do sacrifice for the sinners. And we talk about sin and how sin can make us to not be look good before God. Yes, Mary has been a human being like you and like me, but only that she found favor before God. And God has elevated her at the level of divinity. Now, for us, she's a model. She can teach us how to please God, how to follow God. It depends on us to follow the footsteps of Virgin Mary to please God. So today, I'm going to talk about how to please God through the model of Virgin Mary. The models of Virgin Mary. Here, I have 7 points that Mary has lived and she found favor before God. First of all is her inner silence. Silence. She's a woman of silence. Silence for what? To meditate and reflect on the word of God. She used to reflect about God, about the word. That morning when the angel came to her, Hail Mary, Mary was surprised to have such greeting and such messenger. But that moment, I believed that she was even full of silence, meditating the word of God. Yes. Her inner silence allowed her to receive and be able to allow the word of God to come to her and fertilize the soil of her heart and to bear the Son of God. So, brothers and sisters, even in our daily activities, let us learn to have silence, to keep silence, to meditate. Silence is made to meditate on the word of God, to reflect on the word of God. Only condition to bear fruits, only condition to let the word of God bear many fruits in our life. Second point, listening, the capacity to listen. Listen what? Not the noise of cars, not the noise of motorbikes and other things or the birds, but to listen to the word of God. To listen to the word of God. As Mary, she focused on the message of angel that morning when the angel came to her. She focused in listening quietly, attentively to the word of the angel. She has not focused on what she's going to become. Oh, Mother of God. Oh, all generation will praise me, the glory. No, but the word the angel is given to her. She focused on that. Though we can say she availed herself to that word. Brothers and sisters, for the second point, you will ask Virgin Mary to teach us how to develop the attentive listening of the word of God. Third point of the models we can copy from Virgin Mary is the generous welcome of the word of God. After listening attentively, she welcomed the word of God. She received the word of God. And in that way, the word of God took root in her heart. The word of God has penetrated every corner of her life and her heart. The fourth point of the model of Virgin Mary is to seek God, to seek and understand the will of God. The angel came and announced to her this grace message. Mary said, okay, how this can be possible? Not that she's doubtful about the message, but she wanted to understand more the message of God. So she seek God. And she asked the angel to help her to get clear knowledge about the message. Yes, brothers and sisters, Mary can intercede for us, can help us to understand better the plan of God in our life. The fifth point I want to develop with you is the availability to the plan of God. To avail oneself to let the plan of God to be fruitful in our life. For God to fulfill His plan in our life. Mary has availed totally herself to God, to the plan of God. Here I am, the servant. Here I am, the servant, to do your will. We will ask again this special gift, this special charism, to know how to submit ourselves totally to the plan of God, to the will of God. It can never happen if we don't know previously how to seek God. The sixth point is confidence in the promises of God. Confidence in the promises of God. You know, Virgin Mary, she's a human like you and like me. Only that her faith in God is very strong. She learned how to believe fully and totally in the project of God, in the plan of God. And this, of course, because of what God has done previously to the ancestors, to the elders, long time before. And for her, she believes that God is still having a good plan of love, plan of mercy on His people, even on her time, and even today. Mary learned that, and she had that total confidence in promises of God. God is only one who has never cheated, who has never lied in His promises. He fulfills always what he has promised. Brothers and sisters, do you know that God has a plan on your life? Do you know that he has made a promise for you? We'll ask Virgin Mary to help us, to teach us how to trust and believe, to develop that full and total confidence in the promises of God. Let us remember always that our confidence, our faith in God is that branch we give to God to come to us. Let us remember Jesus Christ in the gospel. May it be done to you according to your faith, according to the confidence you have in God. The seventh point is the bravery. Bravery. Brothers and sisters, Mary did not fear the mission God has given to her. She's a little girl, a little child, around, I don't know, 14. But she said, may it be done for me according to your word. Brothers and sisters, Mary believed in the grace of God. In the grace of God, which enables the weaknesses and the frailties of her being. Only the grace of God. God does not wait to see somebody strong, somebody to be mature, somebody to, before he does his things. You have seen it in many books in the Bible, how with unuseless things God can make something beautiful, something useful and good for the whole world. Mary was one of the examples in the Bible. That moment we have many other girls and many other women, but it was only that little girl God has chosen to be the mother of his son. Brothers and sisters, bravery. Don't fear who you are. Don't fear your capacity, but count on the grace of God. Count on the support of God. Count on the presence of God. With that, brothers and sisters, you'll do wonder. You'll do marvelous things. May God bless you. May God strengthen you. May God give you a lot of courage to achieve the plan of love he has upon your life. Virgin Mary is our model in our faith. May we dedicate ourselves to pray her and ask her to teach us how to please God. Thank you very much and see you next